wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right. He has a new Netflix special, new Netflix stand-up special. Plus, it's just a very, very great story, man. Keith Robinson is here.
What's happening?
And the Netflix special is Different Strokes.
That's right.
Keith
Different
Robinson, welcome.
Strokes. Yes, sir.
How you feeling this morning, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving here, almost getting to my usual fights in a car.
Who was you fighting with?
I'm a car horse, you know what I mean? And a guy rolled past me and almost hit my damn car.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, what's up? But I know I can't.
Can't
I can't fight. So I was just hoping he didn't get out the car. You know, I'm like, what's up? And I told him, get out the car.
Why would you say that?
Because it felt good saying it. You know what I mean? Well, you know, it does feel good.
Yeah.
But he seen my placard, so I was hoping that, all right, that guy.
What's the placard, like a decal or something?
Handicap.
Like handicap.
Oh, okay.
Handicap.
Yeah.
A decal.
He's in a decal.
You call it a handicap decal?
A handicap plaque.
Oh, I know it's called a plaque.
Placard, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I used to have one, but every now and then somebody would give you one. You
Yeah,
He definitely did.
He definitely had a placard.
Get a good parking space, you know? Now, Keith, you have an amazing story. You are clearly here for a real reason because you survived having a stroke twice.
Yes.
I started to say you survived multiple strokes, but that sounded gay. So so you survived having a stroke twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one, I wasn't feeling too good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm like, this stroke, I need another one more, and I'll know for sure. I'm joking, man. He's looking.
I said, what?
He's looking.
I said, what? So the first stroke that you got, what happened? Where were you? And did they know why, or was it?
Yes. It was my fault. Both strokes was my fault.
Was it your lifestyle?
No.
I read that you said you took Viagra.
Absolutely. Who don't take Viagra?
You're only 50, Keith.
I'm not 50.
How old are you?
Don't worry about it. I've been doing comedy for 40 years.
Damn. Okay.
I'm 45.
Get the fuck out of here. So
No.
you're close to 60.
Yes.
Okay. Got you. So when you start taking Viagra?
I would have took Viagra if I was 20.
Huh?
If I was 20 years old, I would have took Viagra.
Why?
Because it's enhancement.
I don't know if keep joking or not, man.
I'm not joking.
I heard the Viagra story before. I heard that you said you took Viagra. That's what led to a stroke.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No, maybe.
Maybe.
I was on, here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
On, 2020, November 23rd, right there, Thanksgiving.
So we were in COVID during that time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This girl wanted me to come out to Arizona. So, a man can't miss out on that. I want this girl for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to let me go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And thing every time I leave the house, I check my blood pressure. This time, I didn't. I get on a flight, first class, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, have a stroke and coach.
Before you go that far.
Hold on, man. Shut up, man.
No.
Let him tell the story.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, because you said you check your blood pressure every time. Why?
Yeah.
Why do you check your blood pressure every time?
To make sure, it's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's regulated.
I checked mine yesterday because I take a statin, and I had high blood pressure, so I take mine regular too.
Yeah. So when you pop it, you take some on a flight, but I'm drinking.
Mm-hmm.
First class, they give you all the good stuff.
So you took the Viagra before you got on the plane?
No.
Okay.
I'm drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drunk. All right, I'm drunk. 20 minutes. The flight, who's the guy that fly the plane?
Pilot.
The pilot, yeah, him. He made an announcement, right? He said 20 minutes left in the flight. And I knew it was 10 minutes to the girl's house. Total 30 minutes. You get it? Yeah. What takes 30 minutes to kick in?
So you pop that Viagra.
I popped that boy. But when it landed, I was a little dizzy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, shit. And I get in the Uber. I'm like, oh, man, my heart is beating fast and all that. And I'm like, okay, I have to make this decision. Should I go to the girl's house and get laid? I should go to the hospital and live. So, of course, I'm knocking on the girl's door, right? Huh? I had to, man.
No, you didn't. You chose to.
So you had a stroke at her house.
I had two strokes at her. No, I had one stroke and a half a stroke. I know I got a couple of pumps before.
No, I mean that stroke. I mean, not that stroke. So you had the physical stroke at her
They're
house.
both physical strokes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And there you go. There you go. No, I mean, I was chilling and I'm spending the night.
Damn.
Well, when I woke up, I couldn't walk.
Mm.
So they called the ambulance. I went to the hospital. And for some reason, I felt a little better. And I flew back to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I went to the hospital.
So did they tell you when you were in Arizona that you had just gotten a stroke? And you still got on a plane and flew back?
I'm who I am, man.
Listen, you know, TK Kirkland and Sherry Shepard. I heard it with TK first. TK tells a joke, and it's not even really a joke. It's actually real. He was like, the older we get, you need to be with a woman that can recognize the signs of a stroke. Did the woman you was with recognize the signs of a stroke?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Damn.
Not at all. But I have one who would have recognized it, but I flew out to another, you know. Come on, man. Look, and this real thing. Mm-hmm. Every man that I know has put their life at risk one way or another to get something.
When we was kids.
No.
Okay, 30s.
Yeah. It's totally good. You know, like I remember in Philadelphia, right? Mm-hmm. I went to Richard Allen housing projects at 1 a.m. And at that time, in the 80s, Richard Allen, there's a night, if you go there at that time in the morning, there's 99% chance you get robbed or beaten or worse. Mm-hmm. But that 1% was all I needed. I'm gone, you know. So we all do stupid stuff.
Right.
This was dumb. I had nothing to do with COVID. And I went there like a dum-dum.
So did she think she put it on you so bad that's why you couldn't get out of bed? Is that what she thought, though?
No.
Oh.
No. She's a woman, you know, whatever. But no.
And you don't speak to her anymore?
Yes.
You still speak to her?
I said, I'm coming back. You know? I'm coming back one more time to make sure.
You still
and
fucking?
no stroke this time.
You still fucking?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm still popping blues, too.
No, man. Cut it out, Key.
Huh?
Did the doctor say the Viagra was the reason?
No.
No.
He didn't know I had Viagra.
You ain't tell him?
I ain't tell the doc, yo, man, I went there to fuck and I had Viagra.
But you did the Viagra,
Dr.
you did
Keith.
the alcohol, you did everything.
Yes. So I don't know what it was.
It probably
You know?
could have been lifestyle leading up to that. Not eating right.
No, I mean, before, I used to box.
Mm-hmm.
I boxed in the gym you boxed at
Gleason's?
for a little bit. I boxed there, too.
Mm-hmm.
But at work train,
Yeah.
World Sevens,
Mm-hmm.
I seen you there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you used
Getting
to
his ass
box
kicked,
there.
huh? You saw him getting his ass kicked?
I seen him hitting that heavy bag.
Okay.
Wasn't good. No. But that was it. When, you know, first person I called when I'm in the hospital was Kev.
Okay, because you are, for people who don't know, if you know anything about Kevin Hart, if you read Kevin Hart's books, you know that Keith Robinson is a
His
mentor
Mentor, yeah.
to Kevin Hart. You call him little dumbass.
Yeah, little dummy.
Mhm.
So I called him up, and I told this on the Mark Twain Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I called Kev. Like, man, they're going to put me in the COVID section. And Kev, who know how to bullshit with the best of them, oh, no, they won't. No, they're not. Let me make this call. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he hung up. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is he going to call? Dr. Fauci? What are you talking about? So I end up in the COVID section. I ain't hear from Kev until I get out of the COVID section.
Hilarious.
I was like, God damn.
Now you are a mentor to Kevin Hart. What did you see in Kevin early that maybe everybody sees now?
It took a while, but I asked Kev, I told Kev, should I say, you got to get a videotape. So he made me like 16 videotapes of him. Like, I'm like, no. But I found him wrong, that was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this guy can mean something. And I put it on, we did that tape, and it started going around. And a guy named Dave Attell gave the tape to Dave Becky.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Becky seen that tape,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the beginning of Little Dummy.
Mm.
And he started going up and up and up and up, and boom.
So you knew he was going to be a star.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, this guy has something special.
Mm-hmm.
And then people, like, when people talk about Kev and all that, he had to work. To come around, all the comics, me, Patrice O'Neal, he had to work.
Mm-hmm.
We gave him hell. You know, we were telling him to get on stage. They would throw books at him. And throw books, like,
Books
yellow
at him?
pages. Yeah, everything.
Y'all threw yellow pages that he was performing?
Yes. So Kev went through hell. He drove up and down the turnpike with me. We're sleeping hand to hand almost.
That's right.
Kev put the work in. Period.
You feel like comedians put the work in like that now?
No. Because the internet, it's easy just to go on the internet.
Mm.
When you go on the internet, that, you know, that makes it a lot easier.
Mm.
And, you know, I like I've been listening to you guys a lot with the comics on and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of comics like, I never bomb. I don't bomb. Well, if you don't bomb, you're probably a joke thief or a hack. Because comedy is a continual experiment. You're trying shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be good if you're afraid to be bad. And that's how that's old school, but old is always classic.
Mm-hmm.
And classic is what works. You gotta work out, you know. And I feel like a lot of comics just make a funny face on the internet and get thousands of views, and they, you know, become somebody.
You know, it's interesting. You talked about driving up and down the turnpike, you know, with Kev. Kev talks about that in his first book, you know, You Can't Make This Up. When you heard, you know, Cat Williams say that basically Kevin didn't put the work in, nobody knew who Kev was in L.A., California, what did you think about that, being that you were there from the...
Right, I was there from the beginning, and, you know, I knew that just didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kev had to put in work, and I made sure he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have Patrice and all, Bill Burr and all of them around you, Rich Falls, you know, Colin Quinn, you got to put in work.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a lot of people don't realize they had Montreal just for last back then. You go to Montreal and you get a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Chappelle got a lot of deals out of Montreal. I got a deal out of Montreal, you know. So when Kev went to Montreal, he got a deal. That's where that came from. And that's where you get the money, and all the agents and execs are there from Disney or NBC, ABC, and that's how that works. And I think Cat knows how it works, you know, and, you know, but Kev, like, for sure, put in a lot of work.
What do you say to people who said Kevin tried to sacrifice you twice for the Illuminati to gain more success?
Illuminati? And that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I think he just made that up. I never heard that before in my life. He just made that up. He just made that up.
And, I've never heard dumbest shit in my life. But he did. He tried to sacrifice me, right?
Twice, yeah.
And for more shit.
Yeah.
No. But, you know, Kev, that's my young fella. Wanda Sykes, that's my girl.
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, that's my girl. You know, Amy does a lot for the folks, you know.
You rode on Trainwreck?
I
was in Trainwreck.
Yeah.
In Trainwreck, yeah.
Me and John Cena was going at. You know, hey, Mark Wahlberg, you know, and all that. But yeah, whatever Amy's in, she puts me in. Amy is good for a lot of stuff. And she puts a lot of black folks in a lot of things.
How did you develop that relationship with Amy?
Well, I met her, you know, and at the cellar, at the comedy cellar. And we started hanging out. And we actually was going boxing to work train. And, you know, we developed a nice relationship from there. And, you know, we sparred a little bit. I hit her in the gut just to let her know. No, I ain't in the gut. But you know, we just hang out and have fun. And the comedy cellar is like a big family. Everybody hangs out there and have fun and all that. So, yeah.
And you wrote on Chappelle's show too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What sketch did you write, or what did you write?
Well, it was the third season. The third season. And you know what's funny? On that season, we wrote the BMID experiment. And that was called the Black Men in Dresses experiment.
Wow.
You know, because we saw first it was syphilis, then the worst of all, the BMDI, whatever, Black Men in Dresses. And that's why a lot of that crazy shit started.
Oh, so when Dave was getting to the point where he wanted to walk away, it was because of that.
Well, yeah, and all that.
But why would? But it was a sketch y'all wrote, so I'm sure it had a perspective.
No, well, I was thinking about, you know, we were thinking, but Dave just left completely after that. But
so you wrote that after he was gone?
No, we told him we were going to write it.
Okay.
But Dave was in and out, back and forth, and we're like, all right, is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? And he left.
Wow. What do you think drove him to that point?
I guess pressure. The pressure of, maybe, am I going to match my other seasons? And the pressure of white, black gets you all the time. Every time, like, people will call, like, saying, well, maybe they say Charlamagne is a sellout. You'll get that. If you're on the radio long enough with an opinion, sooner or later, somebody black gonna call you a sellout.
Especially with the success.
Yes.
Yeah.
This happened.
Yeah. But that's what happened. So that man been messed with Dave too. And like, am I doing it right? Are black people happy? But you can't worry about that. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do whatever.
That's right.
But, you know, it'll work out. You know, and Dave is so dope, man. Dave, like, he's definitely one of the best.
Absolutely genius.
Without question.
Mm-hmm.
That Dave told me a joke, right? When at the Chappelle show, he gonna tell me a joke, and I'm like, oh man, that's funny. He said, Keith, that's your joke. I'm like, you wrote the joke better than me, you know? But he's that good, man. And like, I respect Chappelle, Chris Rock, Wanda Sykes.
Legends.
They work like never before.
That's right.
And keep coming out with stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we know who the guys are.
Right.
You ain't got to look for them. You know who they are. Dave, Wanda, Chris, Cat, got Cats up there. And, you know, all that is just like, I like to see that. I like to see us give folk credit that deserve credit.
Right.
And those guys, Kev has been doing for so long, and they're still doing it. That takes a lot.
It does.
Richard Pryor, who is the best, absolutely my top guy, without a doubt. You know, but after that, you got, you know, Dave, Chris. I say Wanda all the time because she don't get the love that she deserves. But yeah, we got a good thing going. And when people go to comics, they're at each other. Everybody's at each other. But the main thing, when I got sick, all the comics helped me out. Chris Rock, you know what I mean? Wanda, of course, that's my sister. We were roommates. All of them, Judd Apatow, Seinfeld, Louis C.K. People don't even know all that.
You and Wanda were roommates?
Yeah.
When?
92.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, it happened through, like, me and like Chris Rock. We were on BET together. But I didn't like him at all. I'm going to get him.
Why not? Why didn't you like him?
Well, because when I went to audition at the comic strip, a guy named D.F. Sweetler, he said, when I thought I did good, and it was 86, I thought I killed. But he's like, nah, it wasn't good. You see a guy named Chris Rock. I'm like, fuck Chris Rock.
So you was jealous?
Yeah. So I finally got to meet Chris on BET, 88. And I'm like, yeah, that guy. We talking. And a woman asked us on BET, what's your process? I said, well, in Philadelphia, I lift my shoulders up, you know what I mean? We work out. We're trying to get better. Then Chris came up and said, well, I knew he had something. He said, well, in New York, we're actually working for something. HBO, NBC, Saturday Night Live, and I stroked more and more in my chair just listening to that. And then after that, I called one up and said, we got to move to New York. And that's how we moved to New York. And then 10 years later, Chris picked Wanda for
His
the
show.
Chris Rock show.
Yeah.
So it worked, you know, like a lot of people don't know what everybody does and the connection. A lot of people don't know your connection, who you hooked up and all that. They don't know that. They just think, you know.
Yeah, they think it's some industry shit, but they
Yeah.
don't realize, like, no, these real relationships that forged over time.
Relationships.
Yeah.
Grind it out.
And yes, and grinding out and all that. Wanda was upset when, about, a lot of things that when Chris Rock brought on the show, that changed the arc of everything. And Chris Rock has got a lot of people in. And people don't know that.
And you think about that Chris Rock show. Chris Rock had Wanda Sykes, Louis C.K. Who else was on that show? Dude that played Pootie Tang. What's the brother name? I can't remember his name.
Lance.
Yeah, it's like same thing with Dave. You watch Dave's show now. So many people somebody
Same
now
thing.
was all over Chappelle's show. Bill Burr,
Donnell.
Yeah, Joe Rogan on the
Donnell.
episode.
Joe Rogan, yep.
Who was Donnell?
Donald Rollins, man. Stop it.
Well, Donnell, well, let me tell you something. This is not now. He bugged me.
Donnell?
Yeah.
He bugs me now. Let's talk about it, Keith.
Now we're going to talk.
Well, that's him right there. You see him right there with getting the wedgie? That's him right there getting
Let's
the wedgie.
talk about it. He bugs me now. Let's talk about it.
No, like,
He bugs all of us.
no, this is real. This is kind of funny, I guess. He was in a movie,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Which movie?
I don't know, it was with Cameron or something.
Oh, Death of a Dynasty, one of the movies?
Whatever those stupid movies was. But I hated him so bad in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was rooting for him to get shot.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I was rooting. I'm like, get him.
Mm-hmm.
Get him. Get him.
Yes.
And then when he finally got shot, he still was hammering it up. Damn, pick back up. I'm like, I called him. I said, I can't stand you. I was rooting for you to get shot. And he's like,
I'm gonna use that one on him.
yeah.
Yes.
He'll tell you. Well, why I do love him now. That's why I love that now. 94, 95. I did a show in the projects for, mainly for my boy Nate Singletary. But, he had passed away. But he was always asking me to do a show in the neighborhood. But I wanted to, be the guy and come back triumphant. It didn't happen. So when he died, I was like, boom, we're going to do this show right in the project. And I brought Donnell, Will Simmons, Ian Edwards, and Rich Voss. And we went there, and Donnell killed so hard. He wasn't mild back then. He was good. No, mild.
He wasn't mild.
You're mild now, right?
Yeah. But he killed so hard, they still talk about him. He was talking about a guy named Fat Timmy on a bike, or Fat Timmy on Tommy. It was so funny. Everybody in the neighborhood still remember Donnell from that joke.
Wow.
Because it was that powerful. And that's the only reason I like Donnell.
Now they said
Well, I don't have a reason to like Donnell. He is fun. Donnell is one of the best stand-ups doing it, though.
Yeah.
You got to give him his credit because he'll say that we didn't give
don't
him
give him
his
too
credit.
much credit though.
Yes, but no,
You know how Donnell
he's
is.
one of the best stand-ups doing it.
Absolutely.
Now at one time they said you lost your voice.
Yes, man. And after the stroke, my voice was gone, my voice box and all that. And I got a contraption for $9,000 to put in my mouth. Pause, I guess.
Yeah, Paul.
No, and a contraption stopped the air from escaping from my nose. And I ended up losing it. But I had enough confidence by then with my voice coming back to go on. I needed that 1 minute confidence. Because that was mostly was the confidence that I can do it. And when you can't talk, it is so frustrating. And I do a joke in the special
Different strokes.
about going through the drive-thru. And when you go through the drive-thru, when you can talk clear, they barely understand what you're saying. And they were like, I was at, can I say the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, of course.
I was at the Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, can I? They said, we don't understand you. We don't understand. I'm like, hold up. You're Chick-fil-A. You sell nothing but chicken. Guess what I want? And just figure it out. You ain't got nothing else. Chicken, that's it. And that was a frustration. And it really was frustrating when people don't understand you. You can't curse somebody out 'Cause they go, what? You know? What you talk, huh? Ah, shit. You know? So.
Did you ever think you lost your funny? Or did you ever lose your funny? Meaning like you didn't find anything humorous?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I found a lot of stuff funny that happened. You know, because that's what it is. You know, because like I said, when I went back to the cellar, Chris Rock, his first thing was, hey, Strokey Robinson.
Damn.
See, I love shit like that.
But that let me know I was back.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I ain't get mad. I was back. I'm like, yes, that's it.
But what did you say back to him though?
None. I was laughing.
Oh, okay.
And he wouldn't understand anyway because my voice was still messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So he said Strokey Robinson. I'm like, my man, you know.
What did you say to Chris after the Will Smith incident?
You know, I'm from Philly. Will's from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Charlamagne Mack, I know him and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I just didn't like it, you know. Because Chris is like, you know, I love that guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I ain't meet Will a lot. But, you know, in Philly, so I got to have Philly love for him either way. But, man, that hurt to see that. Because it was, you know, that moment, it was just, it wasn't not, I didn't laugh. I didn't, you know, I'm like, I was.
I mean, it wasn't nothing funny about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I found funny and everything, but not that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was somebody else. I was like, but it was Chris. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that got me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's over. Hopefully, you know.
But what did you say to him? Did you say anything to him? or-
No,
Okay.
I mean, I had a joke, but it was just a one-time joke.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't putting on nothing. Chris called me Strokey Robinson. I'll call him Slappy White. You know, that's a little corny joke, but you know.
Salute to them. What qualities do the greats like Kevin, Dave, Chris, what qualities do they have that make them who they are?
Right. They working out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we got the up-and-coming guys. Your boy Andrew Schultz.
It's my guy.
He's coming, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Che
Mm-hmm.
coming, you know. And I like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I never was jealous of anybody.
You was jealous of Chris.
No, I wasn't jealous of him. I was fake mad at him. I was kind of mad at him for somebody saying, hey, get out of here. You should be Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy was, looking back on it, the guy was absolutely right.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah. Like, I bring a lot of comics in.
All right.
Like, at the end of my special, you see all the comics around me when the credits rolling. But that's all the comics, you know, you bring in.
Right.
And I think every comic, bring another damn comic in.
Right.
Stop talking and yapping. I love what Tiffany Haddish did. She had them, they ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bring comics in.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Stop complaining and whining about you.
Mm-hmm.
People make everything about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the comic, you keep bringing them in, and it, you know, it helps out. So you have all the comic. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the comics, and it's like, it just keeps it going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, Andrew Schultz, Michael Che, my young folks, Reggie Conquest, Monroe Martin, Derek Gaines, Zainab Johnson, Amina Amani, all those folks, bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and then you see it keeps going and going, and it never stops.
Kevin
made
did
you
that
wanna
for
do-
you. Well, Kevin did that for you with Back of the Bus.
Back in the bus funny.
Yeah, that was your first special. That was a Kevin Hart presents.
Yeah, but Kevin knew better.
What you mean?
He knew better. I sock him if he didn't.
Oh, he had to. What did more for you, that special back then or this one now, the Netflix one?
This one.
Okay.
Why you say that?
You can feel it. You can feel when something's in there, you know.
The ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and different strokes. Now, that one is doing great because it's back on. Now, they've been on every platform.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. That's 10 years. Every platform. Back in the buses keeps going.
What made you want to do this special? What made you say, I want to do it? And did you feel like, I don't know if I want to put this out there?
No, I wanted to put it out here. Before when I was home and then even before, I was talking to Charlie Mack on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? I'm going to do a special, and I'm going to call it Different Strokes. And he said, what? Yeah. He said, well, what about Different Stroke? And that's Charlie's input. Mm-hmm. Shut up, Charlie. But yeah, I knew I wanted to do something. And then when I got back on stage for the first time, it was like I was nervous because I didn't know if my voice would last.
Right.
So I was, but it went pretty good. And I kept going and going. I called Wanda Sykes up. I said, Wanda, I'm ready to go on the road. And Wanda took me on the road and start building and building and building. And that was it.
Wow.
I heard you say that you don't want audiences to pity you. You want their laughs. How do you know you're not getting pity laughs?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Because I do my best. Like, they look at me. When I see them pitying me, I'll throw something in there to throw them off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they go, this guy's he's an asshole. Because I said, I'm newly handicapped. I was never handicapped before, but I'm new at this shit. But the only thing about it, sometimes I forget that I'm handicapped. Mm-hmm. But I find myself laughing at handicapped people. So they go, that I give them those shots.
I feel like you can do that, though. It's like a black person saying the N-word. Like, we can say it because we black. Right. I feel like you can make handicapped jokes and laugh at handicapped people because you handicapped.
No, here's what happened. People who've been handicapped all their lives, right? And a few comics, they look at me like, this guy's a fraud. Mm. He wasn't born handicapped. We're born this way. And then look, I support the person looking at me. Like, he was asking for it. This nigga was asking for it.
So there's a beef between naturally born. So you like trans handicap?
Jesus Christ.
That's funny as hell.
Man, that is crazy.
I may be trans.
So there's cis handicap and trans handicap.
I may be a trans handicap.
Oh my goodness, you trans handicap. Do you look at handicap differently though? Do you look at handicap people differently? Because one time you would just handicap spot, you just take the spot. Yes. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Do you look at handicap people differently? And
no, I mean I see what they go through now. Mm-hmm. And I'm more aware when I see a guy with a handicap thing and he's walking with no problem. I get kind of
angry.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Look at me limping. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. Do you have any like stroke awareness? Like, do you tell people other comedians or just people in general things that they can change now, so maybe have some preventative measures to not have a stroke?
No.
God damn, Keith.
I don't give a damn. No. No, you know what? No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
walk around the stroke guy.
The stroke.
Yeah.
But you know, like, because people should know. Like, you know, we talk about up here about men's health. He always talks about, you know, getting a colonoscopy. So I would just question, like, you know, you made fun earlier about the you know, the Viagra. But do you know what the reason was? Was it high blood pressure? Was it the way that you ate? Was it not sleeping? Was it?
Yeah, probably all that, all above. And, you know, being a comic, I'm never going to do that all right anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Run them up all the time, you know. But I say, if there's something going wrong and you feel it, go to the hospital.
Yep.
I took I was a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
I would be still able to box if I went to the hospital.
Mm.
Still. But I got laid. No. I'm joking. If there's something that you feel, you got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, go see what it is. I don't care if
See
it's just,
what the hell it is.
That's right.
Because you never know, you know. And I knew, actually. You know, I wasn't, you know, walking around like, limping like, oh, shit, what's going on? I'll pop an aspirin. Like that was going on, you know.
Yeah.
But God was with me through all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there it is.
You think you funnier now or funnier before the stroke?
Now, I actually think I'm funnier now because I'm more in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I have more word economy. And I work, like, I'm Peyton Manning now. If you look at back at the bus funny, I was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Moving around, I can jab, boom, boom, and I felt some movement can help out the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Movement now can't help out the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to express exactly what it is to a T. So I think I may be better now, but I was always pretty good.
I remember you and Amy had that podcast, 3 Girls, 1 Keith.
Yeah.
Y'all stopped doing that. Was that after the yeah. When you had the
No,
stroke?
that was why the first stroke. That was the first stroke.
Okay.
The first stroke, I was still moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did a thing called Was I Wrong? Now I'm gonna ask you guys, was I wrong? This girl called me from New York, right? She was in Philly. She said, Keith, come to Philadelphia and let's go to a restaurant and get something to eat. I said, well, I'm coming from New York. I'm not coming for no reason. Come on now, you know what I'm saying. She said, no, I got it. So we go to Red Lobster. That's when Red Lobster was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I go there. She's eating, belching, right? I said, well, we want to go to this hotel. She said, no, I got a headache. I said, okay. And I said, order dessert. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Down in my car and drove home. Was I wrong?
That woman, when she heard about you having a stroke, she said that was your karma.
You think I was wrong?
No, because you told her from the beginning.
You should at least paid your half. If
No.
you had paid your half, it wouldn't have been that bad. You should have paid your half.
You
Whatever
wasn't
the meal was.
wrong, but you wasn't wrong. You told her from the beginning. You know what I mean?
But
you
he could have paid his half. It's like, you know what?
I'm gonna tell you something, Keith. Pussy has ruined your life. You should be gay.
What? What?
That's what I've gotten from this whole conversation. Pussy has absolutely ruined Keith Robinson's life.
No,
See, now you're thinking about it.
maybe I was wrong.
Well, the Netflix special, Different Strokes,
Yes.
is out right now.
Man, it's a pleasure to meet a legend like yourself,
Absolutely.
Keith,
We
man.
appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Watch Different Strokes on Netflix right now, man. Keith
That's right.
Robinson, it's The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.